Welcome to Blood in the Snow Radio, where we give you the latest news and interviews with the best in Canadian genre cinema. Here are your hosts, Robert Bellamy and Festival Director Kelly Michael Stewart.
We are here at Blood in the Snow 2023, and I have been waiting to chat with you people. I'll get you to introduce yourself first, then we'll dive in.
Thanks for having us. My name is Bryce Iwaschuk. I'm a producer on the short film Seed, playing tonight at the Funny Frights section.
And my name is Jesse Nelson, and I'm also one of the producers on the short film Seed.
Excellent. Now, what the hell? Where did this idea come from? I had so much fun watching this.
Yeah, this all stemmed from the crazy, demented mind of our writer, director, editor extraordinaire, Jacob Weldon, who delivered a script to us, and we thought, wow, that's unique. We thought, yeah, we'll hop on this, and we ourselves are kind of twisted and a little messed up, so it was perfect.
I've been doing this with bits, I think about 5 or 6 years, and it's rare where I'm watching something and going, I did not see that coming.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and you guys nailed it.
I mean, how much can we talk about the movie? Can we discuss the whole plot, or like?
It's entirely up to you.
Okay.
We try to be spoiler free because we don't want to spoil it for the filmmakers, but it's entirely up to you.
Yeah, I will probably keep it pretty secretive, I suppose. I do know kind of where Jacob stemmed the general idea from, but I do think it would just be a spoiler to even kind of
even talk about the inspiration of it.
The inspiration of it. I mean, the inspiration was Cronenberg and Lynch. I know that he kind of described it as just he watched too much, and then just this inanimate object that he had. He looked at it and thought, "Oh, there's something I can do with that," and from that, it stemmed this gem of an idea. But I won't go into any specifics.
It is very difficult to give this a good telling without going beyond that point. But I can say while you're watching it, your thoughts will never venture to what you're actually seeing.
That's great storytelling, isn't it?
That is, yes, it is 100%. How did you find actors for this?
Yeah, I can speak to that.
Sure.
Yeah, well, Anna Pacheco, I'd say, came on beforehand. I believe that Jacob gave the script to her, and she's a creative partner of mine. We have a production company called Come On In Productions, and we've made a couple short films together.
Fitting for the project.
Thank you, yeah. Yeah, this is actually the first time it's kind of actually worked, that name. I mean, we have a short film called Grandma Lee's Dress that we created with the Mighty Asian Movie Making Marathon last year. That's Vancouver kind of Asian Film Fest Crazy Eights filmmaking challenge. It's sort of like a 8-day kind of filmmaking. It's similar to Crazy Eights, right? And that was on CBC recently for the short film Face Off. And then we also created a film a couple years ago, right before the pandemic happened, called The Star Therapy. And that was her baby project, and the passion project that she brought me on to direct and produce. But she just kind of handed me this and was like, you want to help with this? And I was like, yep, this is cool. This is very much in my wheelhouse. But she was first. She was on board. She recommended Max Lloyd Jones as well to play the role of Zach. And then from there, it was just casting our friends mostly. A lot of people from the Smashed Potato Kids Collective, which is what Jesse runs. And from there, we just put out casting calls and found this great ensemble.
Smashed Potato Kids?
Yeah, so I'm a co-founder of the Smashed Potato Kids. We're a sketch comedy group from Vancouver, but we also go by SPK Productions because we're filmmakers as well, and we like to make a lot of weird, messed up shit. And so it was a perfect collaboration in this world because we've made some body horror, genre-bending comedy type stuff, and then Bryce's side working with Anna Pacheco, and then she's also part of the Smashed Potato Kids, in which she does sketch comedy with us. So we felt like it was just a very organic way to collaborate on this project. And Jacob, who is also an editor, he's a director, a writer. We share very similar fucked up ideas. So when he came to me with this idea and asked if we wanted to co-produce, it was a very easy yes.
It's like, dang, yes. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to word questions because I know special effects played a little part in this. Mm-hmm. How hard was it to do that in the confined space?
I mean, it seemed like they did a great job with it. I mean, as producers, we weren't necessarily helping out with that. We had hired some special effects artists, and we had Glenn FX, who created the prosthetics, and that was done in pre-production. And then on the day, Jacob Weldon worked with a couple of the special effects guys. There was Jason Shear and Dan Brown, who were on set to help with all of that stuff, but a lot of it was done in prep, and then worked with Isabel or Diz Baker. I don't know if she goes by Isabel or Diz. I'll go with Diz Baker, and she helped kind of just make sure that we didn't get any blood on the floor, that the tarp was laid down, and yeah, she made the I'll say there's some cum. There's some cum in the movie.
There is some cum in this movie.
Yeah.
And she just whipped that up on the day, and it was something that,
she whipped it up.
We all smelt it. It smelt great.
We all took turns smelling the cum.
It was like edible. You could eat this. It was not that bad.
I didn't eat it. I didn't. I stopped at smelling.
There's the line.
But yeah, it was a very hands-on experience for them, it seems. But yeah, we just kind of sat back and watched it happen.
How does this getting more sexual?
I don't think anybody could have written this.
Yeah.
You got great improv skills.
Thank you. Yeah.
Because that's the premise I guess we can talk about is this girl's going out and never has good dates, so to speak, and then meets this gentleman who has his own agenda. We'll put it that way. And it's very interesting because when you're watching it, you're on instinctively. It's like, I'm going to figure out what's going on, and then he takes the condom out of the garbage and it's like, wait a minute, what is going on? And the weirdest part is it goes 90 degrees from there as well, which I think is brilliant. But when you guys are on set, like, how hard was it to film and get good takes right from the beginning? Because I imagine there is a lot of laughing going on during this shoot and a lot of hijinks. You know what I mean? Like, I would have been gagging everybody. Wait. I would have been pranking everybody. I got to watch what I say now in this.
If I can speak to this one,
absolutely.
A lot of the people working on this are also sick fucks. So I feel like no one was uncomfortable. I feel like we could have pushed them even further for a lot of things in this film. Everyone was pretty on board, and like, especially when you're thinking about films like this, like we had an intimacy coordinator on set, and like, as you would for things like this. But it's just funny because we were talking the other day, we're just like, a lot of the actors didn't feel like that was fully necessary for them because they were just like down to do it all, and we're all doing it with friends, right? We're all very comfortable. We've all worked together several times. We've all done crazier. Well, I wouldn't say crazier shit than this, but we've all done stuff in the vein, and I feel like it was just a natural good time, and they're very professional as well. So there wasn't like, we all had to get shit done. We had a tight budget, we had a tight timeline, as you do, and I feel like that's part of it too, is just making sure that everybody is on board and knows that they have to get things done at the end of the day. So I don't think there was a lot of, that we're having fun, but professional fun.
There were some giggles, right? And I know the intimacy coordinators even, they were saying, "Oh, we're so excited to just do something like this. It's such a challenge." And they were just like thrilled about it, and everybody seemed like, they were just open to the opportunity for it. And there is comedy involved in the film. Yeah. So it was just a good time. Mm-hmm.
Is there any plans for this to go beyond the short film?
That's a question for Jacob. Maybe there's a sequel involved. Who knows? I don't know. I pitched Seeds. I said that has to be the title, but I don't know if he's going to do it.
From my understanding, one thing that I've had a conversation with Jacob is that he this lives in its own little universe, and there's there's talks in the film of like, I want to say, body parts growing in areas that aren't supposed to, or extra body parts, things like that. And I think he likes this idea, like, what's that Cronenberg film where there's all those the latest one that he did, where there's all the
Crimes of the Future?
Crimes of the Future. I think he's talked a bit about like having his own version of that, where it's just kind of like there's people out there with these extra body parts or extra pieces or odd run-ins with creatures, and he kind of just wants to expand on that universe. So I could imagine like something, at least if it's not a sequel, something that lives in that same universe and telling a similar story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because, there's like just having watched it, it's like, oh, you could see this going in so many directions. That's why I was super curious to see what was the plans beyond this. Yeah. But I love that idea with Cronenberg, like the Cronenberg-esque universe.
Yeah.
That would be cool. So what's next for you guys?
You go ahead.
Oh yeah, so I have 2 short films coming into this world. Actually, I have one that also lives in a really crazy universe. That actually in Vancouver we did this event called the 4 Films Foreskin Evening, where we showed 4 of our own short films, and they all were really weird, and they almost felt like they were in sync with the craziness and like the violence and the living in this like dark underground world that doesn't exist.
Yeah. Seed had its world premiere at this little festival.
Yeah.
And it was called Foreskin.
Yeah, Foreskin.
Perfect.
Foreskin.
Films, $4, Foreskin.
So I have a short film coming out called Thicker Than Blood, and it's about. It also stars Max Lloyd Jones, funny enough, and it's about this like underground world talk show that's kind of like lives in the world of Maury Povich. And but it's this idea that there's this show that when the father isn't, when the mother has a baby and the father hasn't claimed it yet, the show could basically execute the baby live on television. And this man is basically going to the TV show to become the father, instead of like run away from being the father. Something is bringing him to the show to go save the baby. So he has to go through all the levels of the talk show to get onto the talk show to stop it from being executed.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah. And then that lives in like kind of the Grindhouse universe. We wanted to do something in the vein of like Hobo with the Shotgun and just get messy and weird. And then I have another short film that's going to be completed soon. That's a spiritual sequel to one of the films I did called Crumbs. And I turned it into a comic book. And this spiritual sequel lives in the same universe. And it's the themes are children and their imaginary mental illness monsters.
Mental illness monsters.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds fun.
And as for me and Anna, currently we have a feature film script floating around. We're hoping to get that produced on our own dime next year sometime. But right at the moment, Seed and Grandma Lee's Dress are just doing the festival circuit, and we're just promoting those at the moment. So
Excellent. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming on to talk about this.
Thank you.
And
Thank you for having
I
us.
can't wait to see what you guys do next.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, anytime you want to come back, you let me know.
Oh, thank you
Hell
so
yeah.
much. Yeah, we really appreciate this.
Thanks.
Join us next time for Blood in the Snow Radio. Bits Radio is a production of Three Evil Cats Productions in association with the Blood in the Snow Canadian Film Festival. For more information and to listen to other episodes, visit bloodinthesnow.ca and tweet us at BitsFilmFest. Music by Jen Gorman, produced and edited by Kelly Michael Stewart. I am